Sip Blicko, Sip Sudeep, Sip Parutiyama, Sip Bridget, Sip Samatma, Sip Rekha, Sip Kundan, Sip Roop, Sip Yogini, Sip. There are images who are still coming in, but I'm probably waiting for the signal. People have just joined the call. Welcome. We had a request, Sip Yoga Narsiman. We had request yesterday that people said that we should continue the session, because when I suggested what we should do, and the idea was that we should continue this question of the subject, who are you and who do you want to be? That's the question we had spoken of, and I'm pushing it back up. Who are you? Who do you want to be? This is what we spoke about, and we spoke about the importance of changing a name. We spoke about how changing a name becomes so important, so critical in life. So many of you were wanting to say things. I invited you all to think of changing your name, and you were wondering, why is AiR asking us to change the name? Is it relevant? Is it not relevant? How relevant it is? So that is a discussion today. In this journey of spirituality, how important is the name? And is the name who you are? So you say, I'm Girish. All through your life, you say, I'm Girish, right? And Bharat, you say, I am Bharat. Now Bharat says, I'm Blicko. Or Ashok Chotwani says, I am Ashok Chotwani. But Atmatray, who used to say, I am Dattatray, he says, now I am Atmatray. He doesn't say, I am Dattatray. So it's very important for us to be alert in terms of who we are and who do we want to be. So let me shoot out this question to you. Who would like to start?
Body, mind, and ego.
Yeah.
And I want to destroy it completely and be one with the divine.
So your name shows you are Rekha Parvani. So as long as you are Rekha Parvani, you will always be Rekha Parvani.
Yes, I need to change my name. I need
I'm
your
not
help.
saying that.
No, I'm
not saying you need to change.
I want to.
If you want, yeah, if you want to, and please don't change your name because some madman called AiR told you to change your name.
No, not because of that.
You have to be clear. Do you want to change your name?
Yes.
Do you need to change your name?
Yes.
Do you need to change your name? Why do you need to change your name? What is in a name? Is the name important? Is the name not important? All these are points. So these are points that need our attention, and we need to understand. True, needed, not needed. Is it true? Is it false? So this is where we are. So why do you want to change your name, Rekha?
Because I want to be one with the divine. Until I'm not in consciousness of who I am, I cannot be one with the divine. I cannot get my...
How important is the name?
It's very important.
Why?
Because that's the identity.
Suppose tomorrow you have a son, and you call that son. You call that son. His name is Pagal. So morning, hi Pagal. Pagal, Pagal, ajao Pagal. Pagal, jao Pagal. Ao Pagal, come Pagal, go Pagal. Why we don't call our children's name Pagal?
Because it is not.
Or for example, because the boy will become Pagal, become mad. Pagal for those, Bridget, Pagal means mad. Or for example, one girl, her name is Saundarya. Hi Saundarya. Hi Saundarya. What does she think? She thinks she's really beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Saundarya means very beautiful. That's what she thinks. She's very beautiful.
Yes.
So do we need a name?
Yes, we need.
I don't know. Pawan wants to say something. Those who have already changed their name, I would like you all to still give one more line, what you all feel, whether this is, because this is a very important subject. And we are not going to continue this again tomorrow, right? This is finished. We spoke about it yesterday. We'll speak about it today. So Pawan wants to speak. We have in my backbone, spiritual backbone is Eru. So Eru has changed her name. So we'll ask Eru. She's on the line today. Why do you call yourself Eru? So but first we'll go to Pawan, and then we'll ask Eru what is her view. Yes, Pawan.
Yeah, sir. So I heard like someone called Shivananda. Like that name itself, it it brings some immense joy, sir. Shivananda is name. When I saving his name on mobile, I met a guy. So yeah, sir, definitely name has an impact, sir. So if you keep any spiritual name, it's more like a reminder that you're that Ananda and all those knows how to describe the words. I'm not getting words, but it has a big
Pawan,
impact. And
you give such a deep observation. When you're not in that disco mood, you give such a deep observation sometimes. Today is like that.
yeah,
Very good observation. Very good observation, Pawan.
yeah,
Because
sir. So
what
it gives
happens?
me immense joy, sir.
Swami,
Yeah, it's a reminder.
I met a Swami. What you're saying? I met a Swami. The Swami's name is Swami Satchidananda. Imagine the name of the Swami is only Swami Satchidananda. Arey, what a Swami's name? His name only is Satchitananda. The Swami who is always such. I hope he is Satchidananda, but that's the name of the Swami.
Yeah, sir. It has an impact, sir. On us. Anyway.
Thank you, Pawan. Anybody else wants to comment? Otherwise, I would like to ask Eru what she feels when she is Eru. Anybody else wants to say something? Okay, Eru. What do you feel when yes, Shivoham?
Yogini.
Yogini. Bolo Yogini.
Yeah. Today, I got an important question, AiR, in my life bucket. So it is a very important thing to concentrate on. So
where you got the question from?
Of course, the question is
Where
come
do you
from
get the
outside,
question
not from inside.
So you're asking me the question or you're telling me the answer?
Yeah, I'm going to answer you now. AiR. Who am I?
Tell me, what is the answer? So who are you?
I'm Yogini, but still I
Yeah.
have to follow the right path of it. Just by telling myself that I am Yogini doesn't prove anything. My behavior and my way of living will prove that yes, I am Yogini.
Very good.
So I have
So when
to.
now wait a minute.
Yes,
If
sir.
everybody starts calling you Yogini, then you'll be remembered. You'll be reminded. You will be reminded every day that you are Yogini. You are not Komalini.
Yes. Right.
That's why it's important to be Yogini.
So on WhatsApp today, I changed my name on my profile as Yogini.
Very
So
good.
slowly I have to take a step ahead. So I'm really in your blessings, sir. So I really want to go on this path. So I want to change myself.
Very good. I congratulate you for having the courage to do it. It's not easy. It's not easy. So in Zoom call also, please change your name. If you're changed on WhatsApp, now it's showing Komal Parwani. So go to your Zoom settings and change it.
Right, sir. I'll do that.
Thank you. Eru, what do you have to say about the name Eru? How important is the name? And when I call you Eru or when you are Eru, what do you feel?
So the whole conversation reminds me of a very famous novel by Jhumpa Lahiri, where she talks about a person. The novel is called Namesake. Then the whole novel is about how a person's life got changed because of the name, and he was so perplexed. And similarly, name has a lot of impact. And I was also known as Dr. Ruchika Singh and blah, blah, until I joined AiR Institute of Realization, and you made me realize that what is in a name? It's just my identity, and that's not me. And then like how Mr. Atmatre, that they beautifully said that it's BTC, it's back to consciousness. So after changing my name, it constantly reminds me when you call me in like Eru or anybody calls me Eru. So it reminds me that I am the divine soul and I have to realize that. And that keeps on, reminding me of this thing. Otherwise, my mind is too much. It's a big monkey. So because of this name, it keeps on reminding me. It's a nice thing. It takes me back to the consciousness. And you also told me one day that AiR, I have to remove you in my name. It's Eru right now. So you told I have to remove you, means me. When it goes, my ego goes, I'll be AiR. So I want to be known as Atma in Ruchi. So that's all about it. Thank you. And I feel blessed that I'm part
Thank
of
you.
the journey.
So thank you, Eru. So how beautifully Eru just said. She said, right now I call her Eru because right now I start calling her AiR, then you will not know who's AiR. I'll also be AiR and she also is. So we both cannot be AiR in the same office. But just to tell you, after Eru joined in 2018, from 2018 to 19, 20, 21, 22, we have written together 50 books. We are a team of 3. We are Eru, me, and Sip. You all don't know Sip. You know Sip? I have one more person. It's called Sip. And we are a team of 3, Sip, AiR, and Eru. Sip is soul in Pushpa. She is Pushpa, but she is shy to say she is Sip. But she is SIP, soul in Pushpa. She takes the content from me. Every book, she takes the content from me, and then she gives it to Eru. And I'm the in-between. I don't do anything. I'm only the receiver. But together, we have written 50 books. So, in fact, I told Eru, whenever the call is getting cancelled, you don't cancel the call. I told Eru, you take the call and ask Sudeep and Girish and everybody to speak. And if you all want to do that, then you all talk to Eru and Bliko. So you all don't have to cancel. You all can have it. I will not be there on the call, but Eru can facilitate. That was another suggestion. But she said, no, we'll wait for some time. But so if all of you, Samatma, and all of you want to have the call when I'm not there. So see, when Eru spoke, you understood how she says that it's very important, the aspiration. I want to be the Atma in Ruchi, because that's what I am. Eventually, I want to be, and I told her, if you, right now, it's AIRU. I always tell her, because you are there, AiR becomes Eru. So the day you drop the U, and you are gone, you become AiR. You become the Atma in Ruchi. Right now, you're also Atma in Ruchi, but that U is like a tail that's hanging. And I wish that you cut that tail. Where you see, the problem is this: you is the ego. Now, Yogini spoke so beautifully. What Yogini said just now, Yogini said, I have changed my WhatsApp name. Oh, wow. You think it's a joke? You change your WhatsApp name, 20 people. When Eru goes and tells people I'm Eru, what Eru? Kya Eru? Kya Eru? Beru, Sheru, Eru. You are, and she is a doctor. Her name is not, she's Dr. Ruchika Singh, PhD. People like that name. I am a Dr. Ruchika Singh, PhD. What is that? To me, it has no meaning. The meaning is, if you tell me I'm Atmatray has a big meaning for me. If you tell me I'm Bliko, Bharat living in consciousness. You tell me I'm Samatma needs courage. Yogini, Yogini means a lot. What is this Yogini? Eru means, so don't think that when Ru Mataji, who I see now in the call, sometimes I call her Kiran. She says, hey, Guruji, hello. She calls me Guruji. That's why I'm Guruji nahi. Then she said, don't call me Kiran. I'm not Kiran. I'm Ru. You can call me Ru Mataji. But no Kiran. I'm not Kiran. So thank you, Eru. You've given a perspective. I know that novel. She's the literate person who I'm unpad actually. I'm the unpad gawar. So she puts the all the English is not mine, it's hers. So with that note, Who else? Thank you. Who else would like to speak about this name, importance of the
I
name? Who
wanted
are
to
you?
share something. Can I share?
Yes, Samat. Yes, please.
Sure, sir. This is my
Sure.
sharing from last 24 hours. After you gave me those strong wordings, it was like I just realized there's a lot of difference in my body when someone calls me Samhita and when someone's called me Samatma. When that Samatma name
Wow.
comes on my ear, it is like I'm shant. I'm in total consciousness at that time. And whatever that person maybe want to say to me, I am cool. But at the same time, Samhita, no, I go back to that vibration. And
Amazing.
when someone calls me Samatma, I know whatever the situation is, I am not able to, I don't lose myself. So this is my observation from yesterday. I'm so thankful that you gave me such strong words yesterday. It really made a big impact on me.
I'm so thankful that what you're saying, Samatma, what you're saying is so mind-blowing. What you're saying, Samatma, is so mind-blowing. That when somebody calls you Samatma, that means you also are reacting as Samatma, not as Samhita, because you have dropped Samhita. At the moment you are reacting as Samatma, then you are the Atma, and you become a divine being. So it's very important. I don't know how many of you really think this is important, but this is very important. I see Shashikant's name. He says Sip Shashikant. So I like it. Shashikant is very good that in your name you have put Sip Shashikant. It's a good beginning. I am not Shashikant. I am the supreme immortal power in Shashikant. So Shashikant's name is also changed on the screen. If I look, Bridget's name is Bliss and Bless. Earlier name was Bridget. She has changed the name on the screen to Bliss, and she is somebody who is in bliss, Ananda, and Bliss. So she also wants to be Bliss and Bless. Then there's Yoga Narasimhan, who I asked him, have you changed your name? He said, no, that's my real name. I am Yoga Narasimhan. No, Yoga, this is the name that you have been given by your parents. Am I right, Yoga? Yeah, I can't. Please unmute if you're speaking.
This is my name given by my parents, sir.
But you're lucky. You're lucky your parents. I hope your parents may be spiritual people. I don't know how they gave the name to you as Yoga.
I don't know, I was like destined to be here, I think.
No, you are very lucky. But I only wish that whenever somebody calls you Yoga Narasimhan, you know what Narasimhan means? Narasimhan means what?
Half man and half lion.
Is that the real Narasim? Nara, man, and Simha, Narasimha. So I would not say half man. I would say you are Yoga Narasimha. You are the yogi who's a man who's as powerful as a lion. You are Yoga Narasimha. So you should say, I am a yogi who's a man as strong as a lion. See, a name is lot. Let me tell you one thing. Even before I became AiR, you know what people used to call me? People used to call me Ravi, 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 Ravi. You know what Ravi means? Ravi means the sun. And I always took it upon me to spread sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy each and every day. So that is what I would want to be. Correct? I would like to be sunshine. But I'm so grateful that the divine gave me the opportunity to become AiR. So who else would like to? Who else? Rumata ji, आपको कुछ बोलना है नाम के बारे में?
Guruji, name has got a very important impact on us because Ru, when I think Ru, I feel I am not body, mind, and ego. I have to stay as Ru. कोई connection नहीं रखना है body से और mind से. So name has got lot of impression on us. It makes us realize that I have to live as Ru, not as body, mind, and ego.
You know, I'm so impressed. I only wish that all of you use the name effectively, because if you don't use the name effectively, then the problem is if you don't use the name effectively, then you're going to just be whoever you want to be.
Result. Then no good result.
So it's very important. It's very important for you choose the name of your liking. For example, I don't know whether when I did not choose the name AiR. When I changed, in 31st August 2014, I only said I am not Ravi. I am Atma in Ravi. Atma in Ravi. Atma in Ravi. In September, October, November, 3 months, I kept on writing, I am Atma in Ravi. I am Atma in Ravi. Atma in Ravi. After 3 months of writing Atma in Ravi, Atma in Ravi, Atma in Ravi, the name AiR came out. It did not happen in one day. Not like some fancy name I've chosen. So AiR, or AiR. When I was in Delhi airport and I went to Starbucks and had a cup of coffee. So in Starbucks, they write your name on the cup. Have you had Starbucks? Gaurish, have you had Starbucks? So in Starbucks, he asked me, what's your name? I said, my name is AiR. He said, AiR? What is the meaning AiR? I said, AiR. So he wrote AiR. Then after a few minutes, when the coffee was ready, he called out, AiR, AiR. So it took about 1 minute for me to get up. And before I could get up and go to him, he started saying, Hava, 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 Hava. He started singing a song. So, but people, what I'm trying to tell you is it doesn't matter if people make fun. What matters is who you are. Who you are. Today's subject, I'm again asking back the question to you. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Any questions? Anybody? Or any other question? Who are you? If you want to be Dasi Budrani, you can be Dasi Budrani. But if you want to be the Atma, if you want to be the soul, then you create a brand for yourself. If you want to be Ashok Chotwani, you can be Ashok Chotwani. But if you want to be the soul, the Atma, the anything, it is for you. I know it's embarrassing. Sometimes it sounds a little embarrassing. But what is there to be embarrassed? For example, I'll ask if anybody wants to ask me a question. Otherwise, I will like to say something else. Anybody has a question?
गुरुजी खुद तो रूह रहना ही है, पर दूसरों में भी वही देखना है, हर एक में
नहीं, वो बाद में
आउटवर्डली अपीयरेंस नहीं देखनी है.
1 minute. दूसरों में कैसे देखेंगे? How will you see in others if you first don't see in yourself?
Yes, that is
If you-
there. भजन
If
है
you
ना
say,
आपका, सब में प्रभु को देखो.
hey, hold
सब
on,
में
hold on.
प्रभु.
If you keep on saying, I am Kiran, I am Kiran, I am Kiran, I am Kiran, how can you see Rekha as a goddess? How can you see
Oh.
Rekha as a goddess?
That is there. मैं किरण नहीं हूँ, रूह.
अगर
I
आप
am
रूह है,
रूह.
तो ऑटोमेटिक see, अगर आप रूह हैं, then only it is from the Mahavakya Tattvam Asi. I am Atma Brahma. Vajnanam Brahma. It is only when you realize I am Ruh that you realize others are Ruh.
Yes,
If you don't realize I am the Ruh, how can you realize others are Ruh?
yes, that is there.
So first you have to realize what is this question we are talking about, changing the name or calling yourself with the new identity. Why are we talking about it? So anybody has wants to change your name? Anybody has anybody wants to change? Anybody has any thoughts? Or you're happy with your name?
I mean, like, sir, I always thought Pawan is a unique name. Hanuman or something.
What, Pawan?
Sir, now in this Pawan means it's air, no, sir. I don't
Ah.
know. What is the meaning of Pawan? It's
Pawan is wind or breeze. Air, what is Pawan? It's air.
Pawan, it can be air also.
And purification.
Basically wind. In
Wind,
motion.
Air in motion. You are more than air. You are air in motion.
Yeah, sir. So I don't know, should I change it? But right now I'm trying to, not still thought about it. I will. I don't see any fault in my name as of now. So I'm pretty happy with this.
So keep it fine. While you are thinking of some questions, I want to just say something. I want to drop something. I have 2 typed questions. When I realized that my mother and father did not give me life. It was so embarrassing to say this, that my mother and father didn't give me life. But it's the truth. My mother and father were responsible for an act which caused my birth. It's different. But my mother and father never created my life. Now, if that is the truth, then that is the truth. And I cannot hide away from the truth. So I'm just telling you, sometimes we have to face the reality. Samsung, whoever is Samsung, he asks a question. Sir, how do you live in yoga even though you live a luxurious life? What is the meaning of luxurious life? This is a big question mark. There's a person who lives in a palace but says, I don't live luxurious life at all because I'm living in a very small palace. My cousin lives in a bigger palace. So what is the meaning of luxurious? So I would define what the word luxurious life means, a life full of luxuries. So if you are living a life and you are a prisoner or a slave of luxuries, then you can't be a yogi. But dear Samsung, so the name is Samsung. If you want to know how one can live in yoga, even though you are living a luxurious life, please study the life of Raja Janak, the father of Sita. My guru told me that you are meant to follow the pattern of Janak. My guru always told me, don't give up your wealth. Use your wealth for positive reasons. For example, I use my wealth to print books and distribute. I use my wealth to have the Zoom call. I use my wealth to distribute bhajans. I use my wealth to do many good things. But I don't live a luxurious life as a slave of the luxuries. I still live as a yogi. Who is a yogi? Dear Samsung, yogi jo yog mein sada hi rahe, प्रभु के योग में रहे, संसार की माया में वो ना अटके, सदा योग में वो रहे, प्रभु की प्यास हो सदा, प्रभु से प्यार वो करे, योगी वो है जो माया से बच के रहे, प्रभु के योग में रहे. You may be a yogi and be in a luxurious life, but you're still a yogi. You may be a beautiful lotus in a dirty pond, but you are still a lotus. कमल का फूल जैसे झील में ना डूबता है, योगी भी माया में ना डूबता. You have to live like a kamal ka phool. A yogi, a true yogi, does not sink in samsara. So that's the answer, my dear Samsung. Vicky, what about Vivek? Vivek is a great name. Vicky is asking me, what about Vivek? Vivek means intelligent, buddhi. Vivek Chudamani. So Vicky, Vivek is a very good name, but you must not just use the name Vivek. You must be Vivek. When you are Vivek means you have killed the mind. If somebody is Vivek, hello Vivek, immediately when they say Vivek means, what does it mean? Vivek means you are intelligent, you are the intellect. So Vivek is a great name, Vicky. So you call yourself Vivek. But the moment somebody says Vivek, you kill the shaitan. First you must kill the shaitan. What is the use of saying Eru? If I say Eru means immediately the bell must ring in the head. What? I am not Ruchika. I am Atma in Ruchi. I am the Atma. That is the reality. It's not what I am saying. So Vivek, the reality is we are Vivek. But we should not be the man buddhi, chit ahankar. We must not be that subtle body. We must live as the intellect. Shashikant says, I am not I. Who am I? Have you used all three different? Can you explain me what all the three? I am not I. Who am I? Have you used all three different? Can you explain me what? I didn't understand, Shashikant, what you're trying to say, Shashikant. आप जरा समझा सकते हैं क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप? हाँ शशिकांत, will you type it or will you tell us what you're trying to say? बोलिए, please explain करो. Yes, please speak, Shashikant. He's typing, I think. So he says, I am not I. Who am I? Have you used all three different? Can you explain me what all the three? I'm not able to understand the question. Okay, over to you. We still have a few more minutes. Anybody who wants to change your name, who is considering it important, what is meaning for I? So Shashikant is asking, what is the meaning of, see Shashikant, as long as we are alive, I am different from you, right? Shashikant is Shashikant and air is air. We have two separate bodies. Correct, Shashikant? Is the body same? Body of Bliko is different. Bliko has a different body. Ashok Chotwani, Shashikant, Sudeep. 4 bodies. 4 bodies. Correct, Sudeep? Any doubt in the bodies are different? Bodies are different. Mind is different because mind is nothing but thoughts. Thought of Shashikant is different from thought of Sudeep. And thought of Bharat is different from thought of Ashok Chotwani. So I is the prisoner in the body. I is the prisoner. The I is the ME, the mind and ego carrying its karma that is imprisoned in the body. When we are imprisoned in the body, we suffer the misery of body, mind, and ego. We suffer the triple suffering. That is why we have to escape from this samsara. And sometimes we start thinking, oh, the samsara is so nice now, so nice now. Till today, I was in a hospital for 3 hours. I was in the hospital for 3 hours and I saw how many people were suffering. I went for a checkup and before you all start asking me, I got all my tests done and everything is perfect. So tick mark, tick mark, tick mark, tick mark, tick mark. Everything is perfect. So don't ask me if you're not well. No, I just went for a routine checkup. But when I was there for 3 hours, I must have seen 300 people suffering. I must have seen 300 people in wheelchairs with in the spinal department, in the emergency department. I was there for 3 hours. So my point to all of you is that we will continue to suffer. So Shashikant, I is the ego. I is the false identity. Actually, I am not I, Shashikant. I am not I. This is what you're trying to ask. I am not I. I am SIP. I am SIP Shashikant. But that SIP is caught in Shashikant because of the ignorance of Shashikant, because of past karma in the mind and ego, which I am now liberated. Now, if Shashikant is liberated, then you are no more Shashikant, you are SIP. If you live as a SIP every day, if you live as SIP, 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 when Shashikant dies, what will happen? You will become SIP. There will be no coming back to earth. Am I clear, Shashikant? I hope I'm very clear what I'm telling you. But provided you are living as SIP, Shashikant, not as Shashikant. Looking at Shashikant. Okay. So with that
Air.
note, Shivam.
Shivam, Air.
Yes.
I want my name changed as Rekha living in divine consciousness.
So Rekha living in divine consciousness. So write it down and we have to try to find an abbreviation, an acronym, something small. RELIDC. Something, so it has to be something like that. Or like how Bliko got a beautiful thing. Bharat living in consciousness. What a beautiful name. I love his name. I love the name Bliko. Bliko. Hey, Bliko. See how nice the name Bliko is? Bharat living in consciousness. So Rekha living in consciousness. Relico. So something, Relco, something think, I mean, I love the name Bliko. Bliko sounds so good. Lico, see, so Lico is very good. LICO, right? So you find out Rekha living in consciousness. Reclico is too long. Glico. Gaurish says, I'm Glico. Gaurish living in consciousness. So Gaurish just picked the name by saying, I'm Glico.
Because even if I say Rekha, Atman and Rekha, then it will again be air.
Yeah, it's okay. You can be AIR. You can be ERK. AIRK.
Yes.
Rekha. AIRK. AIRK. ERK. Or ERK. Or like Barkha, you can be ERKA. Rekha, you can be ERKA. So it's up to you. Atma in RKA. AIRKA. ERKA. So that's for you
Yes.
to treat what you see, because it's your name, it should sound good. You don't want the name to be sounding like a
Yes.
mosquito. No? You don't want a name to be sounding like a lizard. You don't want to, you imagine somebody's name is Piggy, Piggy, Piggy. Hi, what's your name? My name is Piggy. You don't like you to say my name is Piggy. No, I don't like my name to be Piggy. This is a good thing. Okay, Girish, before we close, Girish said, Rekha, please think about it. Rekha, don't stop thinking about it.
No, no,
Girish
I won't.
Girish. Girish. Oh. Girish saying Girish is Shiva. Girish means Girish is Shiva. When I'm conscious of the aspect, even when a person calls me Girish, this new understanding of the would have the same result as saying, good. I like it. Girish says my name. Girish is Girish in Shiva. So I am not Girish. I am Girish in Shiva. So okay, good. So you can just change your paradigm. And if you change your paradigm, it's as good as changing your name, provided you can change. See, the idea, what is my goal? My goal is to help you reach yours. My goal is to help you reach yours. Means what? My goal is to help you reach your goal. And what is your goal? Why did I extend this session for one more day? And the time is over. Our time has come to an end. I want each of you to think. If somebody calls me Rajan, Rajan means I only think Rajan, this fellow with the glasses and this teacher who's a professor. I am the Professor Rajan. But you must be a Rajan, which means Rajan means king actually. You must be the Raja of how, like Buddha. Why Buddha's name was changed? Why he changed his name from Siddhartha Gautama? Why was he called Buddha? Buddha, 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 Buddha. Why? Buddha means awakened one. So why was he called Buddha? He was called Buddha because he was awakened. So my dear friends, don't underestimate the importance of what you call yourself. Don't underestimate the importance of Nan-Yar. Yogini said this, Nan-Yar. Nan-Yar means either you say, I am Sunil, but you can say, I am Samatma. I am not Samhita. I am some Atma. I am the Atma. So it's up to you. You can say, I am Ashok. Ashok is a good name. All names are good. Nothing wrong in the name. But do you want the name to ring a bell in your head before you are dead? Do you want that name to ring a beautiful bell? When the name rings a beautiful bell, like I told you, Bliko. So if somebody says, hi Bharat, he thinks I'm Bharat. But if somebody tells him, hi Bliko, that means he reminds him that you are Bharat living in consciousness. When somebody says AiR, AiR, they call me AiR, AiR. What is the meaning? They are calling me as the Atma. I am the Atma in Ravi. This fellow may look like Ravi, but I am not this fellow. This fellow is rubbish. This fellow is a. Have you ever thought what is inside a body? Have you thought, you looked inside a body, what junk, what garbage is there? Should I tell you what is below your stomach? And should I tell you, can you imagine how much junk and how much dirt is inside your body? Can you only think of it? Please understand, my Guruji used to tell me, our body has got so much dirt. If you go inside the body, there is so much blood and there's so much dirt. There's so much dirt inside the body. Including if you go reach the kidneys and the waste areas of waste excretion. There's so much dirt. Are we that? Are we that dirty body? Or are we the divine soul? So my dear friends, this is what my Guruji used to always tell me, and I respect my Guruji's words. I often share with you the important things that he taught me. With that note, I'm leaving you all with this thought. Who are you? Who do you want to be? If you want to be Sudeep, you can be Sudeep. But if you want to be the soul in Sudeep, then you have to reprogram your perspective and be that. And on a regular basis, be that. With that note, I bow down to you. Thank you for your patience.